just the way it is. Now, I tried to get the 30s to do 60. Found out it was more than I could handle. I used to say, I'll make them successful if it kills me. I almost died. No, you can't do that. Here's what you do. Let the 30s do 30 to the best of their ability and keep doing 30, because that's how they build their lifestyle and get what they want out of life. And let the 60s do 60, and let the 100s do 100s. Now, how can you get some to do 100%? You got to go through all these experiences, and you got to talk to all these people. Let me quickly give you now a list of the skills that changed my life forever. Developing a new philosophy that I could do it in my network marketing experience now led me to developing new skills. Right? I knew how to milk cows, but it didn't pay well. Here's the first skill I learned that changed my life: getting a customer, making a sale. And of course, sales for you is easy, right? Because it's not technical. Right? The technical is all taken care of. You simply represent your product. If you share a unique product, talk about its merits, persuade someone that it's the best, they agree to buy, that's the simple art of sales. But in your business, here's what it's more like: sharing. Because using the product yourself, gathering some testimonials, you simply share that. So we're not talking like high-powered spacecraft technical skills here. It's simply sharing something you've discovered with someone else and doing it well enough to where they agree they would like to participate. Now, here's what happened when I learned sales. It multiplied my income by 5. Now, it didn't take that much because I wasn't doing that well in farm country, but it did multiply my income by 5. Sales, getting customers, laying that incredible foundation for an entrepreneurial career. So now I've got 2 skills: milking cows and making sales. Here's the next one I learned that changed me forever, and that's recruiting, introducing the business opportunity to new people, learning how to give a good invitation, learning how to give 2 kinds of presentation, formal and informal. And the third part of recruiting, of course, is following up. Once you start a new life, now you got to take care of it, like a new mother would take care of her baby. You don't start a new life and abandon it. You start a new life and nourish it like a mother and protect it like a father. You got to be both mother and father to a new person. Nourishment, ideas like a mother. Protection, help defend your new life against the encroachment of outside voices that would try to talk them out of it. So you got to be mother and father in this art of recruiting. We call it being a sponsor. And being a sponsor is like being a bridge, helping somebody from darkness to light, from skeptic to faith, from not knowing to knowing, from no confidence in themselves to starting to gain confidence. You're the bridge that helps people from the shadows to the sunlight. It's one of the most exciting positions to occupy in all of network marketing industry, is the bridge, helping people crossing the bridge out from discouragement into recognition. Being this bridge, that's what the recruiting magic is all about. You've got the answers. They've been looking for the answers. You've got the answers, and you help them cross this bridge. You see something in them before they can see it in themselves. You assure them that it's possible to be more than they are, therefore they can earn more than they've got, have more than they possess. This is one of the great arts in the world, and here's what's exciting about this art. It pays big money. Because now you operate a unique philosophy taught first in the Bible. John Kennedy taught it in his inaugural speech. Zig Ziglar's got one of the best ways to put it. And that's the secret to wealth. The secret to wealth and fortune. First taught in the Bible. Because the question was asked, how can we achieve greatness, great wealth, great power, great influence, great recognition, great self-esteem? How can we achieve greatness? The master teacher was asked. And here was his formula for achieving personal greatness. He said, find a way to serve the many, for service to many leads to greatness. For those that are interested. Some people aren't interested, but for those that are, service to many leads to greatness.
Thanks.
Someone says, well, best I can do is just take care of myself, which is okay, but it doesn't lead to greatness. Somebody says, I got enough bills of my own, I can't worry about someone else's bills. That's okay, but it doesn't lead to greatness. Greatness is helping people pay their bills. You forget about yours. Because if you help enough people pay theirs, yours disappear. Help people with problems, your problems disappear. The key to greatness, the master teacher taught, is finding a way. Now, a lot of people would like to serve many people, but they don't have a way. And what's exciting about you and your business is you've now got the way. Whether you use it or not, it's up to you. Whether you cash it in or not is up to you. Whether you make a fortune or just a little, that's all up to you. Each person's ambition. It's called the same marketing, the same product. The products are the same for everybody here. The marketing system is the same. The difference is each person's philosophy and each person's individual ambition. But whatever your ambitions are, now you've got the ways and means. And here's what you've got the ways and means to do. Serve as many people as you would like. Now, here's what's exciting about recruiting. With what you're involved in here, you can directly and indirectly affect the lives of dozens of people. Some of you are going to directly and indirectly affect the lives of hundreds of people. And some of you, if you wish, can directly and indirectly affect the lives of thousands of people. And the pay is accordingly. If you affect a few, you earn that pay. If you affect the many, you earn that pay. But the secret is found in the Bible. Service to many leads to greatness. Now, John Kennedy said it in his inaugural speech. Here's what he said: don't ask. Don't we wish that was the current political philosophy? Where is John Kennedy and his philosophy? John Kennedy said, don't ask. That's important if you understand philosophy. He said, don't ask what the people can do for you. Don't ask what the country can do for you. Don't ask what the government can do for you. That's not how you get rich. That's not how you have high self-esteem. That's not how you get trophies to put on the mantle above the fireplace, asking what the people can do for you. Don't ask, he said, what the people can do for you, but ask, what could I do for my country? And the country means the people. What could I do for the people? I want trophies. I want recognition. I want high self-esteem. I would even like a chance to make a fortune. John Kennedy says it's easy. Don't ask what the people can do for you, but ask, what could I do for the people? Could I directly and indirectly serve many in my country? And now that you are participating in this program, the answer is yes. Now, Zig probably said it best. Zig's got some great stuff. Zig and I have been good friends for a lot of years. Zig says money isn't everything, but it ranks right up there with oxygen. Yeah, Zig, you're right. Zig says, my dentist told me, Zig, only floss the teeth you want to keep. You know, forget the rest. But here, Zig is famous for this now. This is one of Zig's philosophies, and it goes right along with the other two, the Bible and John Kennedy. Here's what Zig says. If you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything you want. If you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything you want. Now, wanting everything you want, we call that self-interest. But it's okay to have self-interest if you do it in a positive way. By helping enough people get what they want, you can have everything you want. Now, you can accomplish all that by learning this next skill called recruiting. And I learned it, and it made me fortunes. So now I've got 3 skills: milking cows, making sales, and recruiting. Here's the next skill I learned that paid big money: organizing. Once you got a few, get them to work together, see, and that's magic. Getting people to work together is magic. Now, yes, it's challenging, like having some, several members of your family, getting them to work together is challenging, but it's magic. Getting husband and wife to work together is challenging, but it's magic when it happens. But everything magic is challenging. Just got to jot that down. Everything magic is challenging. But once you figure out the challenge and go for it, then the magic occurs. Let me tell you how magical people working together is. Let me quote the Bible again. It says, if 2 or 3 agree on a common purpose, nothing is impossible. Just try that on for your mental size. If 2 or 3 agree on a common purpose, nothing's impossible. Everybody's looking for a challenge. Here's what I teach, especially the kids. Here's the best challenge in the world. Let's go do it. Not you go do it. Let's go do it. If 2 or 3 of us decide on a common purpose to do it, nothing's impossible. Incredible. Working together, organizing. Now, when everybody's an independent, now it's a little more challenging. Like having kids, they've each got their own opinions. They've each got their own ambitions and desires. It is challenging. You've got a variety. But that's what makes life, the variety. And it is, in your business, it is challenging, getting people to work together. It's like herding cats. You know, sheep are easy, but you got to try cats, herding cats. But if you can possibly get it done, the power is so immense when you get people to work together. Here's one of the powers of working together, shared testimonials. If I've got somebody new and you're there and I'm there, I give them my testimonial, you give your testimonial. Maybe what tips the scales in getting me a new person is not my testimonial, but my partner's testimonial. Somebody I'm working with, their testimonial got them. Shared testimonials are so powerful.
All right, guys, starting in 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Take this last time to send that last message out to your leaders in your organization, your teams. Go in those chats. Remind everybody that the call is live. Give them that last wake-up call, and we'll start in 60 seconds, fam. Let's run it. Get your pens and papers ready.
That's why working together is okay. It's powerful. Now, working by yourself is okay. All this stuff is okay. Everybody needs to know, though, where are the advantages? And these are some of the advantages. I learned to organize, paid big money. Here's what I next learned to do. Promote. Promotion now pays staggering money. Now, the company comes up with what we call major promotions. Here's what you've got to come up with. The smaller promotions. The company comes up with major recognition. You've got to come up with small recognition for your people around you. The top 5. The company's got top 5. You've got your own top 5 in maybe 2 or 3 categories. Top 5, top 5, top 5. And those little recognitions, to reach certain levels in the company, you have to take major steps. But for you, recognition, let them take small steps. Here's one of the secrets of your kind of business. Rewarding people for small steps of progress. Rewarding people. Sometimes it's just recognition, handshake, pat on the back. Mary, you're doing a fabulous job. And you figure out what those recognitions are. Small steps of progress. Guess what promotion pays if you learn it well? Big money. Getting people to do something they wouldn't ordinarily do by themselves. People will do some unique things by themselves, but if you can figure out a way to say, Mary, if you do this and this, she says, well, I'll go for it. Now, she wouldn't have thought of that on her own. Here's what works magic. It's better than money. Money is a bit unimportant. Here's what's important. Ingenuity. The best place to wake up your ingenuity is what you're doing right now. Representing a unique product and getting customers, recruiting distributors, and promoting and all this stuff. Ingenuity. Figuring out a way. If it doesn't work this way, we'll work another way. I used my ingenuity, made a fortune. My ingenuity worked on doing all these campaigns, the spring campaign and the summer campaign and the winter campaign. This week, we're going to recruit school teachers. How many of you got? How many of you got? This is school teacher week. School teacher month. I pick out a little category and say, let's go for it. And it doesn't matter what it is. Just dream up something so that somebody's got a little more objective to go for than just their own. Key phrase, we all need to belong to something bigger than ourselves. Because we furnish inspiration for what's bigger, and the bigger furnishes inspiration for us.
Jim Rohn is always the GOAT, man. Let me just organize this right here. 1 second, guys. This ring light. All right, there we go. All right, family, Grand Rising. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody is having a blessed morning. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling aligned. Woke up, did my morning routine, got some sun, did some reading. Feeling really good. Looking forward to today's call. I know that we are finishing up. The Feeling is the Secret. It's been a great book. I've been getting a lot of great feedback from a lot of people telling me like this book has changed them. This book has really made a huge impact on them, and it's something that makes me extremely grateful. And, it's big, happy smiles, big, happy smiles. It was good to go out and get some sun. And it's something that I highly recommend that we all do. If you guys could in the morning, I was actually reading yesterday that you want to do your best to be able to get some sun within the first 30 minutes to an hour of waking up, because it really energizes your body. It really gives you, a sense of just self and being present in the moment. And, within the first 10 minutes of me waking up, I just stood on the balcony, and, this hot Miami sun is no joke. So I just sat there and just for like 5-10 minutes, just took my shirt off and allowed the sun just to hit my face, hit my body, just kind of absorb it, be present in the moment. And it felt amazing, amazing, amazing. So just a little quick tip that you guys can apply that I think is very powerful for some of you guys, especially if you live in a nice sunny state where you could get some sun. Take advantage of it, guys. You'll be surprised how much power the sun has when you learn how to leverage it, right? Learning how to sun gaze as well is also something important. But you can only sun gaze within the first 5 minutes of, the sunrise, and then like the last few minutes of the sunset. So you got to know when to do these certain things. But there's a lot of superhuman secrets that you can use the sun for, fam. So learn how to leverage all these things, guys, throughout your days, and make your days a lot more intentional, because it is powerful. But I'm excited. Today we have the last chapter of The Feeling is a Secret, which in reality is only 2 pages, 3 pages in reality. So it's really going to be a short call today. We could probably just have a conversation and chop it up about the book after. But before we get the call started, let's express some gratitude. What is one thing that you guys are grateful for this morning on this beautiful Wednesday morning, July 13th? What is one thing that you are grateful for? I am grateful for God. I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my mom, my dad, my little brother. I am grateful for my goddaughter, Dariana. I'm extremely grateful for Katie. I'm grateful for the team, the leaders within the organization, the family. Okay. I'm grateful for Leadership Dynasty 3.0 and all the work that we're putting in, the breakthroughs that we're having. Grateful for my mentors, Matt Rosa, Jason Brown, Matt Gribby, Alex Morton, Darwin Lopez, Sean Murphy. Just so many amazing people who've been mentors of mine as well. It feels so good to have individuals in my life that, have been mentors to me my whole life. And, I can't be, it's just nothing but gratitude for them for always being there for me, and that's what it's all about. I'm extremely grateful for, let me set this up. I'm extremely grateful for the whole Mornings with Nano community, the books that I read, the roof over my head, just everything about life in general. I'm just extremely grateful for it because of everything that it's doing for me. It's something that has really changed my life, and I've been looking forward to this moment in my life for a very long time. So, you just want to be grateful. You want to live in the moment. You want to accept it. You want to love it. You want to appreciate it. You want to give others the experience as well so that they can experience it with you. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day, fam. It's really all about putting yourself in that feeling very early in the morning. Mornings with Nano really helps me create that feeling for myself because every morning, as you guys can see, hundreds of people from all around the world jump on a call, to hear myself speak about, different strategies, techniques, and just different, things that we think about so we can help make the world a better place. And that's why I love these calls so much. I appreciate you guys always showing up and sharing them so much because we are truly making the world a better place with these calls right here. And this is amazing right here. The fact that everybody's practicing gratitude, the fact that everybody is, doing a morning routine before they get on this call and working on becoming the better version of themselves. The fact that we're reading, incredible books filled with incredible wisdom to help all of us become better. That's what it's all about right there, fam. So let's get this call started. Let's get this call started right here. All right. We are on chapter 4, last chapter of the book. It's going to be a short read. So what we'll do is we'll really study it. Okay. So we can get through as much as we can. But we only have 2 pages on chapter 4. We're already basically done with the book. We've low-key finished the 2 books that changed my life on Mornings with Nano, which was The Power of Awareness and The Feeling is a Secret. These 2 books have forever changed my life. My life has never been the same since I've read these books, and I've been studying these books ever since. And it's a lot of amazing, things that these books teaches when you are, aware of this information. Now, if you're someone who's on this call and, you're hearing this for the first time, I just want you to know that we've been reading this book now for the last, I would say, 4 or 5 days. It's a short read, only 33 pages. But we decided to read it because we wanted to make sure that everyone within the family understood the importance of the feeling this summer, right? With so much going on in our lives, the world, certain situations, we want to make sure that we do not allow, the outside circumstances to affect the feelings that we really should be having, right? Because the only feeling that we should be experiencing right now is the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Okay, is the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That's the feeling we should be feeling. All right, so let's go into chapter 4. Let's get this quick reading and then we'll talk about it. All right, fam. So I'm on page chapter 4. I think this is the page before that was, I'm pretty sure it's page 30, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm on the last chapter, okay? And if you want to follow along with us, I actually have a PDF version of the book in my Telegram chat if you want to follow along with it. Okay, so let's run it. Chapter 4, Spirit Feeling. Okay, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. Get into the spirit of the state desired by assuming the feeling that would be yours where you are already the one you want to be. As you capture the feeling of the state sought, you are relieved of all effort to make it so, for it is already so. There is a definite feeling associated with every idea in the mind of man. So, as you guys can see, every chapter in this book and almost a lot of the paragraphs in this book, they say a lot of the same thing. Remember, repetition. Okay, there's 2 ways to change a paradigm. You can change a paradigm through an emotional impact, and you can change a paradigm through repetition. Okay, as you guys can see, we can sit here and we could go through every page and every paragraph, and there are so many paragraphs that repeat that exact same thing right there about living and getting into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Guys, that is the secret right there. That is truly the secret. What do you want? How are you going to feel when you accomplish that and live in those feelings? That's the key that's going to get you out of any situation that you're in right now. That is the key. If you've been looking for the biggest breakthrough in your life and you've been looking for something that can help you change whatever situation you are in right now, all you have to do is identify what you want. Okay. Once you've identified what you want, okay, identify identify the feelings that are going to come with what you want. Okay, identify the feelings that are going to come with what you want. And then every day from there, do your best to live in those feelings. So for example, right, and this is an example I always give, okay, but I want you guys really quick in the chat box, describe what feelings will you feel when you accomplish your goal, when you accomplish your desire. What are the feelings that you are going to feel when you retire your mom, when you buy that house, when you travel the world, when you give back to communities? What are you going to feel? And I want everybody watching the feelings that are going to be dropped in the chat. And I want you to ask yourself, Are you living in these feelings every day? Just pay attention. Just look at all the feelings being dropped in the chat as we speak. Excitement, joy, blessed, grateful, peaceful, proud, accomplished, God proud of me, greatness, safe, elated, gratitude, fulfilled, ecstatic, accomplished, happy, grateful, excited, relief, strong and healthy, unspeakable joy, accepted, phenomenal, empowered, satisfaction, exuberant, gratitude, love, blessed and highly favored, unstoppable. Now, those feelings that we just described in the chat, if you don't feel like that every day, then you are not in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. If you're not happy every day, if you're not at peace every day, if you're not in gratitude every single day, if you not are overflowed with joy and excitement and love each and every single day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep, you are not aligned yet. You are not there yet. You haven't figured it out yet. You haven't figured it out. You still are allowing the outside circumstances to affect your peace. You still allowing the senses, what you see, what you hear, what you taste, what you touch, to affect you. And every time you do that, you lose. You lose every time. He said it yesterday in the book. He said, regardless of any what was the exact word that I'm looking for right here? Can somebody remind me what was that word that we looked up that was really dope? Somebody help me with that. What was that one word that he said? Regardless of, can't find it here. There was this one word, can't remember what it was. But it was the word that describes challenges, right? Regardless of any challenges, you have to keep those feelings. You see, that's the key, right? That was the word, anticlimactic, right? No, it was anticlimactic. Regardless of any anticlimactic situations, right? Which means regardless of any disappointing or challenging situations, you still got to show up. You still got to keep the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That's the real key. Because guess what? I know I'm being challenged. I know you guys are being challenged. But can you keep the feelings of joy? Can you keep the feelings of excitement, peace, overjoy? All of these incredible feelings, can you still keep them through the anticlimactic situations that happen in your life? Because like Haley said in the chat box, that's the biggest challenge for real. That's the biggest challenge for real. That's the biggest test, right there as well, outside of the test of faith. Because in reality, if you think about the test of faith, right, it has to do with the same thing. You got to be able to keep the vision through the challenges. Can you stay in the feeling of the wish fulfilled through the challenges that life throws at you? That's what's going to determine your success this year, guys. And you got to look back this year at some of the challenges that you've already faced. That's the thing. You got to look back and you got to be like, okay, we're 6 months into the year. All right. How have I dealt with the challenges that life has thrown at me? Have I kept the feeling of the wish fulfilled, or have I allowed myself to go down a rabbit hole? Have I allowed myself to let those things affect my internal peace? You have to be honest with yourself, because remember, you have to evaluate yourself. How did you deal with the challenges that life has thrown at you? Man, I feel like we've been challenged for a whole year straight. If I'm honest, we've been challenged since last summer. It's been a year of winter. We've had little spurts of, momentum and good times, but for the most part, we've been being challenged for almost a year now. But have we kept those feelings? Have we stayed in, have we kept those high vibrations, happy excitement, right? You guys see me, you guys have no idea, but for the last year, I've been challenged. But look, I show up every day on Mornings with Nano. Every day I'm doing my routine. Every day I'm doing what's required. I'm traveling. I'm going to different places, states, running events. I never stop, regardless of how hard it has gotten. Regardless of how hard it has gotten, I always still show up, because you know what? That is the test right there. That is the test. And this is what I want you guys to learn. I still show up. Guess what? Every day on Mornings with Nano, happy as can be, big happy smiles. And it's not that I'm faking it. I am truly happy with where I am. I am truly excited with where we are. I was literally almost in tears the other day with my boy, because I was telling him, I'm like, bro, you have no idea about what we about to do and how excited I am. And I was just telling him, and he was like, bro, how are you so excited about this? He's like, bro, because I know that after these next few months, nothing will ever be the same. All lives will be changed. That house that mommy and dad wanted is done. The multiple six-figure earners in my organization is done. The countries we want to travel to is done. The investment properties we wanted to invest into is done. Mornings with Nano, merch, and this, and retreats, and all of that is done. Thousands and millions of people impacted is done. You know why? Because I'm keeping the feeling. The feeling is the secret. It's just a matter of time now. It's just a matter of God being like, okay, you passed the test. Here you go. Here's all the blessings you've been asking for. You allowed the outside circumstances to affect your peace. Nah, I'm going to hold on these blessings until you learn that lesson. That's what he does. That's what God does right there. God is going to sit there. He's going to look. When it's time to give the harvest, he's going to look like this. He's going to stand right there. He's going to be like, right? He says, okay, these individuals, they stayed in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. They didn't allow the outside circumstances to affect their peace. They never lost faith. They never lost sight. Here you go. All the blessings you've been asking for. Here's the six figures. Here's the car. Here's the house for your mom. Here's this. Here's that. Here's that. And then he's going to look to the right. He's going to be like, okay. And these individuals right here, they allowed their feelings to affect their peace, the circumstances. They stopped praying. They stopped doing their morning routine. When the challenges came, they just stopped doing everything. Well, you know what? Let me hold off on these blessings that they wanted, because I still need them to learn that lesson. That's the key. And I've seen it happen to so many people. I've literally been grinding with look, there's been times where I've grinded with the same person. We did the same exact things. We grinded. But the difference between and due to his privacy, I won't say his name, but I've been grinding with people at the same time, working our butts off, 16, 17-hour days, up early. But I was a better emotional, intelligent person than he was. I never allowed the outside circumstances to affect my peace. I never allowed, certain situations to become bigger than me. I love failure. He didn't. So when the time came for the blessings to be given, I was giving the blessings first, and then he was giving the blessings a little bit later. And then we were wondering why. And when I sat down and I explained it to him, it all made sense to him. He said, it's true. I did allow the outside circumstances to affect my piss. I did lose faith. I didn't do my morning routine on those days where I was mad, or I didn't do what I was supposed to do on those days when so and so happened. You see it happening. So that's what this book is doing the best to teach you guys right now. Look at what it says. Get into the spirit of the state desired. The spirit of the state desired by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. By assuming the feeling that would be yours were you already the one that you wanted to be. As you capture the feeling of the state sought, you are relieved of all effort to make it so, for it is already so. There is a definite feeling associated with every idea in the mind of man. Capture the feeling associated with your realized wish by assuming the feeling that would be yours were you already in possession of the thing you desire, and your wish will objectify itself. Another paragraph that says the same thing, just said in different ways. Faith is feeling. Faith is feeling. According to your faith, parentheses, feeling, be it unto you. You never attract that which you want, but always that which you are. As a man is, so does he see. To him that hath, it shall be given, and to him that hath not, it shall be taken away. That I just gave you guys a perfect example of that quote right there. To him that hath, it shall be given, and to him that hath not, it shall be taken away. So for those that have the faith and the feeling, it'll be given to you. For those that lose faith and allow feelings to overcome them, it's going to be taken away from you every time. Some of you, the only reason you have not gotten some of the things that you've asked for is because you're too emotional. You're way too emotional. Way too emotional. In this business and then in this life, you can't be too emotional. You can't allow certain things to affect you the way that you allow them to affect you. That's the problem right there. You can't allow these things to affect you as bad as they do, because you'll never be able to really, really make it in this. And don't feel bad for being emotional, because I was also very emotional as well. I worked on my emotional intelligence for the last few years. Don't think that I was always good at this stuff. Don't think that I was always a emotional, intelligent individual. No, I became emotional intelligent because I became conscious that I was too emotional. I said, damn, Nano, bro, you're way too emotional. And then I learned the difference between reacting and responding. When I learned that, I said, okay, I'll never forget it, because I remember when it hit me like a brick. Alex Morton posted a story and said this once. He said there's reaction and then there's respond, right? When you react, it's emotional. When you respond, it's logical. He said there is a pretty good chance if a situation happens in your life and you react, you lose. I remember that. He said, yo, if you react, you lose. If you respond, you win. That was what I remember to the T. He said, yo, if you react, you lose. If you respond, you win. So I started to become conscious of situations when they came into my life. So now I was conscious of that. All right. So now things would happen in my life and I would be like, and it was like I would pause. You know, something would happen and I would pause. I'd be like, okay, am I gonna react to this? or am I going to respond to this? Right? I know that this makes me feel like this. I'm furious right now. I want to be mad. I want to be frustrated right now, but that would be my reaction. What would be the logical thing to do in this situation? Think, Nano, what would be the logical thing to do in this situation, and go with the logical response. And me consciously doing that over and 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 over again is what has allowed me to develop my emotional intelligence. Okay, me taking a step back when situations arise and knowing whether I'm gonna react or knowing whether I'm gonna respond. There's been times where even though I was conscious, I still reacted, and I had to go back and apologize. I had to go back and apologize, like, yo, look, I want to actually take the time to apologize for my reaction. I should have responded a lot better to that, but I'm still working on it. Okay. And yo, with time and just more and more situations, my emotional intelligence has developed a lot. Okay. I work with a lot of women. My business is ran by the women. To be honest, I would say within my organization, 60 to 70% of the top leaders within my organization are women. So I've had to develop a lot of emotional intelligence. Okay. A lot through the years. Okay. Which is awesome. And I'm so grateful for it, because I've had certain leaders that have really pushed my buttons. But through those situations, I was able to develop more and more intelligence, which was the best part about it. Okay. So the thing why this book is so important about the feeling is a secret is because you got to protect your feelings. That's what he said right here. He said, to him that hath, it shall be given. So to him that learns their emotional intelligence, it shall be given. To him that hath not, it shall be taken away. Okay, it shall be taken away. This is very, very important. Listen to this. He said, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. You are that which you believe yourself to be. Instead of believing in God or in Jesus, believe you are God or you are Jesus. He that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also. Should be, he that believes as I believe, the works that I do, shall he do also. Jesus found it not strange to do the works of God because he believed himself to be God. So what he explaining is right there, he's explaining that, yo, we were created in God's image. Okay. So we have God-like abilities. All right. We have all the same God-like abilities that God has. All of them. We were created in his image. So he has the image to create. He has resiliency, discipline, servanthood, faith. If you believe yourself to be who you are, then guess what? You will be that. Right? You have to be that. We all have a part of him inside of us. We all are gods at the end of the day. We're not the God, but we all are gods. We all have it. We all have it inside of us. This is important. When I started to understand this stuff, I was like, man, this is incredible. This is incredible stuff right here. When you actually and I know some of you guys are hearing this for the first time and you guys are like, yo, this is intense information. But this is the information that you're going to need to change your life. Now, I and my Father are one. It is natural to do the works of the one you believe yourself to be. So live in the feeling of being the one you want to be, and that you shall be. When a man believes in the value of the advice given him and applies it, he establishes within himself the reality of success. That's the key. Listen to that one more time, that last paragraph. He said, it is natural to do the works of the one you believe yourself to be. Who do you believe yourself to be? It is going to be natural to do the works of the one you believe yourself to be. If you believe yourself to be a God, a success, a wealthy individual, okay, then it's easy to take those actions to do that. But if you believe yourself to be a failure, lack of confidence, doubt, belief, all of these things, then you will also take the actions that will allow those things to continue to happen. It is natural to do the works of the one you believe yourself to be. So live in the feeling of being the one you want to be, and that you shall be. When a man believes in the value of the advice given him and applies it, he establishes within himself the reality of success. That last line has to be highlighted. When a man or woman believes in the value of the advice given him, if every single one of you on this call, the 500, 600, 700 people on this call right now, if you guys believe in the value of the advice that I just gave you through this book, and you apply it, you establish yourself to the reality of success. Only if you apply it, though. First, you got to believe it, and then you got to apply it. You have to believe that this is actually going to work for you, fam. I remember reading that. He said, when a man believes in the value of the advice given him and applies it, he establishes within himself the reality of success. If you guys are applying this every night before you go to sleep, if you're applying it in prayer, if you're applying it on your day-to-day, that is the game changer right there. And that's the end of the book. That's it right there. That's the end of it. Wow, this book was... This is it. The feeling is the secret. Right? Put a 3 in the chat box if you guys got value through this book. The feeling is the secret. Okay? This book is game changing. But you got to understand it and you got to apply it. Okay? You have to be able to you got to be able to look at things from a different perspective, right? You got to take a look at your situation and you got to be like, okay, this is my situation right now. All right. And you got to put yourself above the situation. This is how I'm going to feel moving forward. This situation does not define me. This is who I am. You got to hold yourself at a higher standard than you are holding yourself right now. I highly recommend everybody to reread this book on your own. It's only 33 pages. We finished this book in 5 days of us reading it. In 5 days. And that was because we were reading, stopping, reading, stopping, reading, stopping, reading, stopping. If you sit down, you could finish this book in an hour of reading. Yeah, always. I always want to take the time to explain these things on a different level because I've experienced the things that this book talks about. I've experienced it. I've experienced. I've applied the information, like I've told you guys. I've learned it. I've applied it. I've gotten the results from it, and now I'm even teaching it. There's a reason why I can remember, guys. I read this book back in 2019. This information has been installed in me subconsciously. I read this book when I started Mornings with Nano. There's a reason why I can still show up on Mornings with Nano through the struggles, through the ups, through the downs, because I know how to switch on and off whenever I can. I know how to control my emotions due to the fact that I read this book. I understand how important it is to be in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That's why I did it. That's why a lot of people ask me, Nano, bro, how did you do it? How are you able to go 3+ years consistently doing Mornings with Nano, showing up every single day through the struggles, through the ups, through the downs? You still show up. How do you do it? It's because I understood the things that I learned in this book right here. How could I be sad? How can I be? Look at what we're doing. There's 600-700 people on this call, thousands of people who will be listening to it throughout the day. What is there to be mad about? What is there to be sad about? Business is slow. No, I'm happy. I'm serving my purpose every day. I'm here. I'm serving my purpose every day. I'm healthy. My family's healthy. What is there to be mad about? What is there to be sad about? The world is falling apart and there's a recession and this and that is happening. I can't control that, so I won't give it my energy. I'm eating healthy. I'm taking care of myself. I'm working on myself every day. That is the key. You got to keep doing the things that are going to make you feel good. And for me, the things that make me feel good is my morning routine. Just me waking up and going out and getting some sun and doing some reading and some meditation, that makes me feel amazing. That makes me feel incredible. That's why I tell people, if you slip on the routine in the morning or in the night, you're going to be slipping in every other area, because I'll tell you what, when I don't do my morning routine, my emotional intelligence isn't as sharp. That's the truth. You're not as aware. You didn't do meditation. You didn't read. You didn't journal. You didn't listen to audios. You feel off. Make sure that this summer you are not slipping up in any kind of way. Make sure that your mornings are solidified. Look, so many people said it in the chat. Yo, agree, facts, feels off. I slip on my morning routine and it's showing, so got to get back on track. Everything goes downhill once you slip up. Once you start slipping up, this is you right here. Downhill. And sometimes you may not even realize it, but eventually you'll hit something and you'll realize, like, damn, I've been going down for some time. I've been going down for some time. But when you're in momentum and you've been doing it every single day, this is you. And that's a fact, Ashley. I love what Ashley said in the chat. She said, and the beautiful thing is, as long as you get to see another day, you can make the conscious decision to get back on track. You can make the conscious decision right after this call that if you weren't on track, to get back on track. You can get right back on track right away. No matter how hard it gets, family. And I know that we all go through different things in life. no matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult it gets, no matter how challenging, no matter how big the obstacle, do your best to keep the faith. Do your best to keep the feeling. See yourself being that success. See yourself being that which you want to be. And hold that feeling right there, fam. So we finish. The Feeling is the Secret. We got through 4 chapters pretty smoothly. What I highly recommend is if you don't have the book, go buy the book. Okay. If you don't want to buy the book, there's a PDF version in the Telegram chat. But I recommend that all of us read this book at least another 2 or 3 times this summer, including myself, Nano. Make it your night routine book to read, just so you can have it as a reminder before you go to bed. Read 5 pages a day. Every night. You'll finish this book every week, right before you go to bed, just so that you can stay reminded of the information. You want to stay reminded. You want to be always reminded of the information at all times, guys. That's what you want to do. You always want to be reminded of the information. This is not a book that you just study once, we read it once, and we put it down and forget about it. No, this is a book that you got to continue to read. Oh, I think this is like my 5th or 6th time reading it, honestly. And it's crazy because the information hits the same every time. It hits even better because I'm a different person now, because I'm able to look back. I'm like, man, I read this book 3 years ago now. To this day, like I remember I probably got the book like around this time. Because I started Mornings with Nano June 20th of 2019. By this time, I was already almost a month in. Around this time was when I started to do the calls with Matt Gribby, with Matt G. And that's when he bought the books for me. So just literally 3 years ago, I was introduced to this book. And let me tell you guys, and it's not to show off and it's not to brag, but since I've been introduced to this book, okay, just listen to this. I've made multiple 6 figures, okay? I've traveled to 10 different countries. I've spoken on stage in front of 10,000 people. I got promoted to an MMX educator. I have my own podcast. Shout out to Jasmine. Number 65 in the United States for business, 99 global. Okay. I've done philanthropy. We've raised money. Okay. We've done so much. I've invested into crypto. I'm a successful NFT holder. Okay. You name it, and I've done it. Right. I lived in my dream penthouse in Miami on the beach, 50 floors up. I've impacted the lives of hundreds and thousands of people all around the world. And that all has happened in the last 3 years. And I know it is a little crazy for me to say that it's because of these books, but these books were the ones that started it all for me. These books were the ones that set the foundation for me, which was this one and The Power of Awareness. Before I read those books, I didn't have anything. And like I said, that wasn't to brag or that wasn't to show off. It was to impress upon you that imagine what can happen for you now the next year, 2 years, 3 years. Imagine what can happen for you a year or 2 years from now if you apply this information. If you apply the information. It can happen for you. It can happen for you. You can use this to accomplish the dreams that you've always wanted. And is there going to be failures along the way? Is there going to be challenges along the way? Absolutely. But this is just the foundation. This is why I be telling people tell me, Nano, how do you feel, bro? 4 years into the game, so on and so forth. I'm like, bro, I feel like I just got started again. Because I'm like, bro, now is that it all makes sense. Like now is that it all makes sense. Like it finally makes sense. It took me 4 years, okay, for it to all make sense. Now I'm ready to go. I built my foundation for the last 4 years. I did the failures. I went up, I went down. I went through the systems. I know what works, what doesn't work, morning routines, night routines, books, audios, you name it. I got it all. I did it all. Boom. And now I get to pick and choose what is it that I'm going to do over the next 4 years. Now I know what I'm going to do for the next 4 and watch what we do the next 4 years. Now I understand the laws. Now I understand leadership. Now I understand the power of staying present in the moment, building relationships, speaking ability, trading, investing, connections, networks. I built my foundation the last 4. My higher faculties, all of it. It all makes sense now. So for 4 years, I built the foundation. And now I'm ready to go. This is the beginning for me. Because if you think about it, if we look at a house, the foundation has to be built and then you start laying bricks. My foundation was now built. Now I'm laying bricks. So now is that 4 years later that I'm starting to lay bricks. You know, the biggest mistake I made was I rushed to build my foundation to go and lay bricks. And you know what would happen every time I did that? The house would fall. The house fell every time. Every time I rushed, because I was always looking right, looking left. Yo, but this person's house is big and this person's house, they already ahead of me. I got to hurry up and build my foundation so I can catch up. Never worked. You have to build it at your time. Make sure it's solid. And then guess what? Now that my foundation is solid, now I'm laying my bricks. I'm not looking left and I'm not looking right. I'm focused on my bricks. Making sure my morning routine is on point, making sure my night routine is on point, making sure I'm reading every day, journaling every day, emotional intelligence every day, and just building. And just building. And that's what's going to get you guys to be successful. Don't rush it. I'm going to be the perfect example one day that you can't rush success. You have to earn it. I know you see these overnight successes and people who accomplish success fast. I know that's cool, but those are once in a lifetime individuals sometimes. It takes time. It's going to take time. It's taking me time. It's still more time for me. It's still more time for me. I still have a lot to go. We just getting started. Like, I'm not even 40 yet. I'm not even 30 yet. So think about that. I still have so much more to learn, so much more to apply, so much more but it's okay because it's coming for us, fam. So, fam, that's enough of me. I hope that you guys got value from this call today. I was just talking at that point already. We had finished the call about 8 minutes ago, but I want you guys to really, really get ready for everything that's coming for us. We finally finished this book. We'll see what book we'll do next. Maybe in a few weeks, maybe to start the month of August, we'll do like a book or so. But I got some stuff that I want to teach you guys. I got some stuff that I want to teach you guys for the rest of July to make sure that we are on point. So I'm glad that you guys got value from this. 555s in the chat box if you guys got value from this. Like this video if you haven't liked the video. Subscribe to my channel. Turn on the post notifications. There should be a little bell somewhere in your screen where you could just turn on the post notifications. Like the video. Show some love. I'm very, very excited for everything that's coming for us right here. And let's continue to run it. I'm going to do a quick prayer for us before we go, as you guys know, and then we'll wrap it up and I'll be back tomorrow and you guys can go enjoy the rest of your day. All right, fam. So quick prayer and let's wrap it up. Father God, thank you so much for blessing us with this beautiful Wednesday morning that's filled with your abundance and your grace. We are so thankful each and every single day for the amount of wisdom that you continue to pour into us on a day-to-day basis. It's just so beautiful, the lessons that we're learning through books, the lessons that we're learning through experiences that you continue to teach us. And we learn something powerful, and we continue to learn that we are created in your image, God, and we are God's because we are your children. And at the end of the day, we have the same God-like abilities that you have, God, and you have given those to us. We just have to unlock them. We just have to embrace them. We have to use them to our ability, God. And that's the most beautiful thing about it. And we want to thank you for that. We want to thank you for giving us these abilities. We want to thank you for standing by our side and continue to pour in wisdom to us that we already should know. But the fact is we wasn't aware, but now we are. And we are going to use these to the best of our ability to impact people, to help others, to make sure that people around us are more aware of the information, that we can continue to grow so that we can continue to be the change that we want to see in the world, God. We love serving our purpose. We love helping others. And it's all because that's what our purpose on earth is here to do, is to serve, God. And we just love serving, God. So continue to guide us, continue to teach us, help us become stronger with our emotional intelligence, help us become stronger with the awareness that we need to continue to apply this information. Let's go out there. Let's continue to win, continue to put the right people, the right books, the right resources along this journey that we can learn from so we can continue to become better, God. So we thank you so much for everything. We appreciate you and we love you dearly, God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 All right. We love God dearly. We appreciate him dearly because there's nobody better. He gave us all his abilities. He gave us all his strength. He gave us everything. It's just up to us now, okay, to become aware of the information and apply the information. All right, fam. So I love you guys so much. Please like the video if you haven't liked the video. All right. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Leave a comment if you haven't left a comment. And also as well, if you guys want to follow me outside of the podcast, outside of these calls, follow me on my podcast. Okay. My podcast is available on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, and iHeartRadio. You can look for it under Mornings with Nano. Okay. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. Remember, stay in the feeling of. If you haven't done your morning routine, go do your morning routine. If you finished your morning routine, go out there and have an intentional day. And don't forget that when you go to sleep tonight, practice the feeling of the wish fulfilled before you go to sleep. All right, fam. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another episode of Mornings with Nano. God bless, family. Let's go.